Welcome to Waters World. I'm Jesse Waters. The facts about Nathan Phillips, that's the subject of tonight's Waters Words. By now, everybody's heard the story of the Covington boys. And by the way, in a minute, we're going to have an exclusive sit-down with one of the members of the community that started the whole thing, the Black Hebrew Israelites. But the media has turned a blind eye to the Native American activist. His hatred, his lies, and his background are going to be examined right now. Phillips first told the Washington Post and other outlets that he was surrounded and harassed by the Covington boys. He told the Detroit Free Press the boys were, quote, attacking these four black individuals. He continued, quote, these young men were beastly, and these old black individuals was their prey. Phillips called it racism, and the, quote, hatred in their faces resembled, quote, lynchings that were done in America. He added that the students were chanting, build the wall. And once the complete video was released, everything Phillips said turned out to be a lie. It was Phillips who approached the boys and banged his drum in their face. Nobody was about to attack the black activists, and nobody was chanting, build the wall. Phillips was never trying to defuse the situation, as he claimed. It actually looks like Phillips and his crew were the aggressors with the students.
Go back to Europe, where you came from. This is not your own land. No, it's not. You've been here 2-3 generations. Compared to us, we've been here millions of years. So get the out of my face with that. You be white. You be white. You be the white man about it. Because that's all you need to do. You don't know how to do it.
After the confrontation with the boys, what did Phillips do? He attempted to disrupt Mass at Washington, D.C.'s National Shrine. Phillips and about 20 demonstrators tried to force themselves into evening Mass, bang their drums, and totally disrupt the service. Security called the situation, quote, tense, and had to blockade Phillips and his crew from disturbing the congregation. Phillips has a history of racially charged confrontations. 4 years ago, the Native American told a very similar story, claiming that white students in Michigan disrespected him and threw a beer can at him. Phillips went to the police, but no evidence turned up to support his claim. Phillips has a rap sheet which includes assault charges, alcohol-related charges, and negligent driving charges. He even escaped from jail in Nebraska. There's been a lot of confusion over Nathan Phillips' military service in the Vietnam era. Now, I respect his service, but his dishonesty created that confusion. Phillips claimed he served in Vietnam and was the victim of ugly protests upon returning.
I'm a Vietnam vet, and I served in Marine Corps 72 to 76. I got honorable discharge, and one of the boxes in there, it shows if it was peacetime or what my box says is that I was in theater. I don't talk much about my Vietnam times.
When I come home, those times, I got spit on, actually spit on, called a baby killer.
Now, here are the facts. The Marines say Phillips was a reservist from 1972 to 1976, worked on refrigerators stateside, never deployed, and never served in Vietnam. Now, there are other reports that say Phillips went AWOL several times, but we haven't been able to confirm those. NBC News asked him to clarify his service record.
What I've always said is I've never stepped foot in South Vietnam. And that's, I don't know how much clearer can that be?
He could have been a lot clearer there, Nathan. There's a phrase for that, too. It's called stolen valor. Nathan Phillips is a lying provocateur with a victimization fetish. Yet he was the source for all of these mainstream media outlets who bought his narrative without asking any questions and used it to smear innocent high school students. And imagine all the other shady sources the media has used to attack innocent conservatives with fake news.